The integrity of our elections and of our electoral process and of the processes by which we count votes and audit votes and make sure that the person that we elect to the presidency is very much the person that we all voted for is so important. I can't think of a more important thing in the history and in the future of our country than the integrity of our elections. Now, at first, I was going to talk about how this election is not over. I was going to talk about how the mainstream media has basically anointed Joe Biden president-elect, quote unquote, without any of these elections being certified by the states, which, as we know, this is something that has to happen before we have a president-elect, quote unquote. But the thing about it is that what's going on right now with our elections and the lack of hope and the lack of trust in how our elections are run right now is so much bigger than President Trump. It's so much bigger than Joe Biden. It's so much bigger than all of this because it is about we the people. And if we the people do not believe that we are choosing presidents, if we the people believe that our elections are being stolen from us, not only by faulty vote and ballot counting, but also by suppression polls, where people that were supporters of the president were told for 6 months that their candidate doesn't have a chance by polls that were fundamentally wrong. There were some polls that had Joe Biden up by 17 points in states that he barely won by 2 points. When you have a mainstream media that doesn't even bother to vet these candidates because they so obviously will always want Democrats to become elected president. When you have these voter suppression polls, when you have so many people that have real and valid questions about why, say, for example, Pennsylvania just stopped counting votes in the middle of election night, why so many votes were being found in the middle of the night. People have valid questions, and they are allowed to have those valid questions. But if there are too many questions about voter suppression polls, if there are too many questions about why our mainstream media refuses to vet Democrat candidates, if there are too many questions about why certain states are finding thousands of votes in the middle of the night, what that does is that degrades trust in our electoral process. And trust in our electoral process is one of the most important things that keeps the fabric of our republic together. So no matter what happens in this election, we need to fix our processes so that the questions that people are asking right now about this election, no American citizen ever has to ask again moving forward.